Okay, what's up? Hope everybody's day is going well. It's me, Waifu Belector, and this shouldn't be too long of a video for you all today, but it's an exciting one all the same, because we now have an all-new Mortal Kombat 12 teaser that may actually give us some idea of what to expect. So what I'm gonna do is go over what the teaser could be telling us, and we've gotta sprinkle in a little bit of wild speculation. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, but for now, let's get into it. Okay, now what we see in this very short teaser is a clock face with the hand that indicates seconds steadily moving ever closer to the 12. But then the hand stops just before the 12, and some sort of time dilation appears to happen, causing the hand to skip over the 12 entirely and start from 1. And as short as it is, I think it's quite a good teaser, and the most immediate implication that pops into all of our heads is a reboot. But the context and to what extent the reboot this would be is in question for me, because as most Mortal Kombat fans no doubt know, the franchise was rebooted in 2011 with that game just being called Mortal Kombat, although we all more commonly refer to it as MK9. And what MK9 did was retell and revise the story of the first 3 Mortal Kombat games. That's why MKX featured Quan Chi and Shinnok so heavily. It was basically the new Timeline's version of MK4. So even though this teaser jumps past the 12 and back to 1, I find it a little hard to believe that they'd actually be revisiting the events of MK1 yet again. And I mean, I find it hard to believe in a complete reboot capacity. It's totally possible that within the MK12 story, they return to MK9 or even the original MK1, but I mean, would they be doing it as an overhaul and a revitalization of the brand? I doubt that, because MK9 and its successors have been incredibly successful. So what I'm saying is, it's more likely that this teaser has more of a narrative implication rather than the metatextual real-world franchise implications. But perhaps it can be both. After all, that's what MK9 was, and that's what was so genius about it. It was a reboot to the franchise, but it was all contained within the story itself. So although MK9 changes the events of past Mortal Kombat games, it still was chronologically the 9th installment and the 9th major event to happen in the MK universe, with the whole Raiden sending himself back a vision from Armageddon type deal. But I'd be surprised if Mortal Kombat just tries to pull off that same exact trick again. What we do know, based on the ending of MK11 and this teaser, is that some time traveling shenanigans are most definitely on their way. Now, spoiler alert for anyone who didn't play MK11's story or expansion, but it was 4 years ago, so I'm gonna talk about it. That game ended with Liu Kang taking on Raiden's place as a god, as well as Liu Kang being in control of Kronika's hourglass, essentially making him the Lord of Time. We also saw a short scene of now Fire God Liu Kang visiting the great Kung Lao and choosing him as his champion. And if you don't remember, the great Kung Lao is an ancestor of the Kung Lao we all know. And the great Kung Lao was eventually killed by Goro in combat and was originally chosen by Raiden as his champion. But now the timeline is different. So the scene of Liu Kang and the great Kung Lao taken with this new teaser might imply that the bulk of MK12 might take place before even MK1, possibly even introducing ancestors to characters that we already know, but as new characters. And if that is the case, and we're going back further than ever, I think there's a lot of potential there. This could be how you rewrite and reintroduce some of the 3D era characters. Maybe they get introduced as characters who existed many generations ago at the same time as the great Kung Lao. Maybe this is a time before all of reptile species went extinct, and you can reintroduce the male and or female chameleon. Maybe this is an ancient time when Onaga was still ruling. Maybe you rewrite Natara to be part dragon instead of a vampire so that she can be part of Onaga's faction. I don't know, I'm just spitballing, but my point is, I see a lot of potential in the idea of making a prequel slash sequel to the entirety of Mortal Kombat. And Ed Boon has recently said that they have plans to rectify the lack of 3D era character representation representation since the MK9 soft reboot, so maybe my crazy theories won't turn out to be so crazy. But you know, what if, yeah, we get more 3D era characters back, but what if NetherRealm just goes full Street Fighter 3 with this one, and almost nobody that we expect to be in the game is in the game? I'm talking no Kitana, no Johnny Cage, no Jax, no Kano, no Raiden, no Scorpion, no Sub-Zero maybe? I don't know, man. That seems a little bit too crazy. And historically, I don't think that's ever worked, the whole removing all the fan favorites thing. No one originally liked it when Street Fighter did it, and no one liked it when Soul Calibur did it in Soul Calibur 5. So I don't know how great of an idea that would be, but that probably honestly is not what they're doing, but just a what if. So whatever. To recap all this rambling, I do not think this game will reboot the franchise in the way that MK9 did. I do think that the events of MK12 will take place early in the MK timeline, and my official guess as of right now with our limited information is that the bulk of it will be set before MK1. And that's another thing. Do we even think that this game will be called Mortal Kombat 12? Or will they go back to subtitles like Deception and Deadly Alliance, or maybe some alternate way to say 12 like they did with MKX instead of MK10? Maybe something like Mortal Kombat Dozens. No, that's trash. That's a trash name. Don't do that. But seriously, I would not be surprised if they ditched the 12 in favor of something that seems a little more newcomer inviting. That's how these marketing teams tend to think anyway. And hey, if my nonsensical theories are true, I could totally see them calling this Mortal Kombat Origins or something, but who knows. Either way, that's more or less what I want to say about this new Mortal Kombat teaser. I like this. I'm getting really excited. I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan, and this is kind of making me want to brush up on my Mortal Kombat lore again because it's been a while. I'm kind of rusty. I can't remember everything, but yeah, this is all very exciting. I'd imagine we're not too far off from a full reveal trailer, probably coming late May to mid-June, somewhere around there. And with that, I'm sure we'll get much more information that will almost certainly immediately debunk all my wild theories today. But it's okay, because with the new information comes new wild theories to be had. I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun, but that's all from me. So please, please, please subscribe or like if you enjoyed this. And until next time, I am Waifu Belector. I am just a normal guy. I like hentai, and I can't wait to see some Mortal Kombat 12. Goodbye.